Good evening, everybody. My name is Ekron Lewis. I'm a Walmart driver at the DC in LaGrange, Georgia, 6854. Just came home not too long ago. Drove to Alabama today. A couple stops in Alabama and came back and home for Thanksgiving because Walmart is closed for Thanksgiving. The reason for the purpose of this video is I've been hearing drivers are struggling at Walmart's onboarding. Now I just want to give y'all some pointers. I was gonna wait to do this on Friday when I get back to work, but it was just in my heart to just do a video now. And this will be my first time doing a video on YouTube. So if it's not too good, give me some pointers on how to do better, because I'm probably going to do a video while I'm in the truck and maybe even show y'all more about the pre-trip, how that works. But anyway, I've been driving trucks since 2002, so about 21 years, I say. About 21 years driving trucks. And I've been driving for Walmart. I drove for Walmart, actually, this will be my first month at Walmart, but I left Walmart a year ago and drove for 10 months. So I've been to onboarding twice. Now, the reason why I left Walmart has nothing to do with Walmart. It was personal reasons. I left in November of 2022, and now I'm back. In my 21 years of driving, I believe Walmart is the best. Just in everything they do, the process, the training, the money, paying you for everything. So, as you see, I came back a second time. You know what I mean? So, let's get to it. All right. The reason why I'm doing this video is because people are struggling at onboarding. Just found out today that it was 12 that was supposed to be coming to LaGrange and only 2 made it. When I was in onboarding in October of 2023, it was about 22 of us and only 12 made it. Now, I understand this because they tightened up from last year when I came in February 2022 into October of this year. Onboarding they have tightened up. They have made it a little bit more, a little bit more strict. They have turned it up a little bit, and I see why some drivers are struggling. So I'm just gonna give you some tips on how to pass onboarding, or at least get you an idea when you go to onboarding here at Walmart. Hopefully my information will give you a boost over everybody else. You know what I'm saying? All right. For one, there's three assessments, 3 tests that you have to pass onboarding to even be considered a Walmart driver. There's 3 assessments at Lawrence. Before I get into it, if this is helpful for anybody, please, before you apply, please use me as a referral. My name is Ekron Lewis. It's Ecron. Last name Lewis. And my employee number is 66594. All right. At onboarding, it starts on Monday and it ends Friday. Last year in February 2022, it started Sunday and it ended Thursday. And Sunday in 2022, Sunday they did all the paperwork, the drug screen. So hey, make sure you clean because they're gonna drug test you. Make sure you didn't have anything in your system. They just do urine. They don't do all the hair follicles and all that stuff like that. But just be clean, guys. I'm just leave that at that. So they're gonna do it. In 2022, they did it on Sunday, and then Monday was expectation. where they show you all the exams that you got to do, like tell you what you have to do to pass onboarding. But see, in 2023 in October, and that's just today. Today is November 21st, so just last month. Monday we did all the drug screen, and by the time all the drug screen and paperwork was done, all we had was expectation for like the last hour. And the expectation is the trainers, the instructors, whatever that's going to be testing us, show you what they want you to do and how to do it, and pretty much explain what need to be done to pass. So the 3 exams is driving, obviously, the road test. Then there's a backing exam. You back between 2 trailers, and you have 20 minutes to do that. And then there's a pre-trip. And the pre-trip is almost like when you got your CDL, your Class A, for the first time. It's going to be pretty much the same way. You don't have to be a mechanic and know all the parts and stuff like that, but you got 5 majors, and you can't miss them 5 majors, or you done. You miss any of them 5 majors, it's over with. So you got 30 minutes to do it. Enough time. It's enough time. I think I did it in 26 minutes, and it could be done faster, but every time I did it, even in the practice, I did it in around 26 minutes. And because a lot of it was nerves and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get that out of you. I'm trying to give you some 20s right now so you don't have to be nervous when you go to onboarding. So anyway, so let's talk about the driving. They're going to take you out. You're going to get in a truck. It's already going to be pre-trip, but they're going to make you walk around anyway, turn your hazard lights on and everything like that, right? Now, when you leaving the DC, you stop at every stop sign. And that means stop. Don't do that stop and roll. They going ding. And before I even continue, in 2022, you had Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to practice. And then Thursday was the road test. And you had to get everything right Thursday. This time, it ain't like that. They testing you from day one. This is what's digging people. You get tested from day one. From Tuesday, Wednesday. If you screw up too many times, from Tuesday to Wednesday, you gone before even the road test Thursday. And even if you get it right Thursday, if you messed up any time on the driving part, anyway, you have to come back Friday morning and to do it again. Trust me, that pissed me off because I passed on Thursday, but I had some issues on on Tuesday, and I had to come back Friday morning and do it again. So I'm just giving you that heads up right there. But anyway, let's get back to the driving. Now, stop at all stop signs. I don't care if it's a line. There's not a line there. You see the stop sign, you come to a complete stop. And this is what helped me. I came to a stop, and I count 3 seconds in my head. 1, 2, 3. And then I moved up. If I needed to stop again to do a click left or right, I did it. The road test is no time. You take your time on the road. There's no rush. No rush. They're going to tell you this. There's no rush. Take your time. Don't try to beat somebody, what they call it, impeding traffic, whatever it's called. Don't let the car go and then you go. There's no rush. Take your time. So, like I said, stop at every stop sign. Make every turn, wide enough that them tires are not going to hit the curve or hit the ground, the gravel or whatever. You turn wide enough to make sure them tires come around the curve. All right. In Lawrence, they take you to the same place every day, even the same route, do your road test. But there's different sites all over the country. I think it's about 6 or 7 onboarding sites for Walmart. But I can only tell you about Lawrence and South Carolina. So when you leave the gate, it's 10 miles per mile on the yard. I'm telling you right now. It tells you that when you come in your car, it's 10 10 miles per hour on the yard. So you go 9 or you go 10 even. Don't go any faster. Now, if he tells you it's 15, well, hey, you follow him. But it's 10 yards. It's 10 miles per hour on the yard. All right. When you get on the road, do the speed limit. Do the speed limit. This truck is governed at 65. So the time you get on the highway, even though in Lawrence it turns to 70, we're going to go to 65. When we get off the exit in Lawrence, there's a little tight turn right there. Like I said, there's a stop sign right there. Come to a complete stop, count 3 seconds, then move. That would make sure that you're completely stopped. Because I got dinged for that. I stopped and I moved, and he said I didn't stop. So I guess I did the little rolling stop, you know, kind of stop, but his tires are still moving. So just come to a complete stop, count 3 seconds ahead and go. When the coast is clear, and make sure it's clear. Don't say, oh, I see a car, I can beat it. Don't do that. They're going to ding you for that. Just let the car come, make sure it's clear. Like I said, there's no rush. There's no timing on the road test. You make that right. Make sure you clear that. I'm talking about Lawrence, but just anywhere. You make sure you clear that turn. Make sure you turn wide enough that tires don't hit the curb or the gravel or the dirt. When you're driving down it, the instructor's not going to talk. You're not going to have no conversation. All you could ask him is, what's the speed limit? You know, and he'll respond anything about the road test, like, do I need to get in my left or right? That's all. There ain't going to be no small talk. So when you get on this road in Lawrence, the speed sign ain't there. So I usually ask, hey, what's the speed limit? If he says speed limit is 55, I went 53. As long as you don't go 6 miles less, stay between 5 and up. You can't go less than 6. You can't go 49, none of that. So I kept it at 53 the whole time. You do not speed on your road test. So I kept it at 53. I'm just telling you what I did. I hugged that thing at 53. You can't put it in cruise control. You gotta maintain the speed between the 5 miles, between 50 and 55. You can't go low and past. You can't go past 50 at 49, 48. Then you're gonna fail. So I'm just telling you right now, keep it at 55 to be safe. Keep it at 53. All right. When the speed limit changed in Lawrence, sometimes it goes from 55 to 45, stuff like that, or it goes from 45 to 55. If you're in a 55 and you see the sign in front down this road and it says 45, by the time you get to that sign, you need to be going 45 miles per hour, and then vice versa. If you're in a 45 speed limit, you do not. I don't care if you see the 55. You do not build speed until you're at the 55. When you're about to pass the 55, that's when you start building up speed. I'm telling you, they're going to ding you for that. Do not change speed. Do not speed up until you pass that sign. And then when you're slowing down, you need to be at 40. You at the lowest speed by the time you get to that sign. So if you at 55 and you see the sign says 45, you need to drop. By the time you get to that sign, you need to be at 45. And then the next sign you see is 35, you need to be at 35. The next sign you see is at 20. By the time you get to that sign, you need to be at 25. I'm telling you, they dig you for this. Don't do like we do. We see the sign, we at 45, we see the sign at 55, so we start speeding up. No, because you're actually speeding. Because at that point, you're still in a 45 until you get to that sign. So that's little nuggets right there. In Lawrence, they take you to this route. I think it's 41. It's a stop sign, and there's traffic going both ways. There's no speed. There's no timing on the road test. Just wait. Do your stop, 1, 2, 3, then pull up. And then look at and examine. Wait till the coast is clear. Don't look. You see that car just coming up the hill, and you just start turning, and then because the examiner gonna see if you cause that man to slow down. He gonna ding you for that. Let him go. Let it go till it's clear. That's what I just sat there, wait. And when the coast is clear, I made turn left and we went down the block. All right, and Lawrence is one lane. It's one lane on that road. You just driving like the speed limit, and then it's gonna open up to 2 lanes. You know how they got the little passing lane to allow the slow pokes to be in the right, and the trucks go into the left. I'm giving you little nuggets. That sometimes we don't do. When that lane is about to open up to 2, put your right turn signal on. Because nobody can get by you, but at least you letting the public know you're going to get into the right so they can stay to the left. Put your signal on. Because you know how we do, the lane open up, we just get right into the right lane. They ding you for that. Plus, trust me, I did that. When I got back, he told me why you didn't turn your signal on. So I'm giving you little nuggets to help you when you're driving. Turn your right signal on. All right. When you about to change lanes. All right. When we get to in Lawrence, they're gonna make you do a left turn, right? And from a single lane, you're gonna do a left turn from your single lane going on to a 2-lane street. So you're in a single lane, making a left, then it's gonna be a left lane, a right lane when you turn. And traffic is coming from the opposite way. This is the law. I know what we used to do. All our 20-year truck drivers. We'll make that left from the single lane, get straight to the right lane because we the bigger truck. We don't want to have to merge over later because we might not be able to get over. They will ding you for that. You turn from a single lane, you get in that left lane, you put your right signal on, and then you get over when it's clear. Trust me, a lot of cats got dinged for this. They went straight to the right lane. Don't do it. That is the law. You're supposed to get from the single lane, from a 2-lane on, you get in the left lane, you make the left, you get in the left lane, but then you put your right turn signal and you come over when the safety is clear. Because if the cars are coming from the opposite way and you go straight to the right lane and they turn too, it could be an accident. So you avoid that from the light at the light, from a single left turn lane, and you stay to the left, then turn your signal on, get to the right. In Lawrence, they're gonna do that twice. So I'm just giving you nuggets. Cass was getting dinged for that. I already knew because my friend went before me a week before, so I kind of knew. So I knew what to do. Because I used to always do that. I used to always go to the right lane right away because I know I need to be there. Don't do it. Single lane, you turn it onto a multiple lane, stay in the left. Stay in the left lane, then turn your signal over, come over. All right. What else? That's the driving part. I think that's all I could tell you about the driving. You know, just do the speed limit. Don't build speed until you get to the sign. If the speed limit is increasing, until you get to the sign, that's when you build speed. When the speed limit is going down, by the time you get to that sign, you need to be doing that speed. That's just for the driving. School zones, come on, it's common sense. You know, if it's 25, that thing is blinking, you need to be going 25 miles per hour until you get to the sign where it says resume normal speed. Okay, now the backing. The backing is, they're going to show you how to do the backing on that Monday. Follow it to the T. Look at everything the instructor does. That's what I did. He got in that truck. There's 2 trailers, and you have to back in between the middle. You got 20 minutes to do this. I did it in 6 to 7 minutes, and I got out 5 or 6 times. It's plenty of time to do the backing. The time shouldn't even be in your head when you're doing the backing course. You just get out and look if you're not sure. Get out and look. You know, I just started turning my wheel. I didn't even move up. Just like he did. He didn't move. I followed the instructor for whatever site you at. But in Lawrence, he didn't move. He just started turning his wheel all the way to the right, and then he brought it. Then when he got all the way to the curb, to the cones, he brought it to the left all the way. And then he backed up a little bit. you got to hit your horn. Every time you back up, you got to hit your horn. No matter what you're doing, whatever you're doing pre-trip, when you're backing up the hook to the trailer, you got to hit your horn. Even the backing course, you got to hit your horn when you're backing up to let people know you're backing up. He backed up a little bit and then brought it all the way over, straightened up, and he was lined up to back up into the two trailers. You gotta do 360. Get out of your truck and do 360 twice. So that first initial setup, before he even starts backing up, he has to get out of the truck. Now here at Lawrence, and I'm sure all the other places, you have to go around the passenger side. They want you to go around the passenger side, go all the way to the back, and come back on the driver's side. That's your 360. All right? You back up before you break the break inside the plane. Before you get started backing up in the hole, they want you to stop, do another 360, go through the passenger side, look at what you're doing, check it out, see how close you are to the trailer on the right, come back through the driver's side, get back in truck. Oh, and I left something out. In all your assessments, all three, you must do 3-point contact. This is the truck. You grab the pole and you climb up the stairs. You cannot climb out face or you will fail immediately. They'll give you one warning. You do that, you're done. You're going home. You shouldn't do that anyway because that's not safe. If you trip down them steps and you're facing forward, you're just going to fall out, hit your head on the step or fall on the floor. 3-point contact for any assessment. Driving, backing, and definitely pre-trip. You should be doing 3-point contacts. And if you don't know what that means, this is the truck. You know the 2 steps. Open the door. Grab the pole. If there's no pole right here at the bottom, grab the steering wheel, walk your way up, pull yourself up. And you have to do that coming back down. Same way. Grab the steering wheel, pole, walk your way back down. Your back should be facing the outside. 3-point contact. All right. Sorry. Forgot to tell you about that from the beginning. 3-point contact going in and coming out. If you come out facing forward, you're going to fail. If they do it twice, you're done. All right. This happened to one of my guys that was with me. He did it. He never got to finish backing. He had to do it the next day. And then the next day he wound up hitting the trailer and he was gone. Don't hit nothing when you're doing the backing. Do not back in an angle. You're going to hit the trailer. It's close enough. There's not a whole lot of room for error. If you're in doubt, get out and look. You got 20 minutes on the backing. You got plenty of time. Get out as much time as you have to. Do not take chances on the backing. The backing is easy. I did it in 6 to 7 minutes every day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I did it 6 minutes, and I got out multiple times. The timing is not even an issue. Get out and look. So when you back up, before you break the plane, you got to get out the second time, do a 360. 360 walk around. If you don't know what 360, you got to walk around the truck and trailer, and you go to the passenger side first. They want you to do that. Just do what they say. That's what they want you to do. Go to the passenger side, come back, check, see what's going on, look at the visual, see how far you from the trailer. You got a trailer here, you got a trailer here, your truck is here. You can pull up as much time as you want. So if you see yourself back in the angle, stop. Pull up, work it, fix it. So you could see both sides and you could just back up. And when you back up, you can't back up too far because they got cones in the back. And that's supposed to assemble a wall. So you have to be even with all 3 trails, got to be even. You don't want to go too far back because you're going to hit them cones. You're going to fail. So just get out. Once you start backing up, just get out and look to see how far you got to go to back up. I did that when I was in the hole, I think I got out about 3 times. And to make sure I was flush. So still did it in 7 minutes. Pre-trip. Pre-trip is the last assessment. Now, I wanted to do this in the truck. I might still do it because This is what some people are stressed out about when it comes to the pre-trip. And because some people haven't done it this, like the CDL, like when you first got your license, in years. But they give you a booklet. They give you a booklet, and you study the booklet every day. And it's pretty much, it's pre-trip. You don't have to be a mechanic. It's really easy. Just study it. But I'm gonna give you some pointers right now. All right. I'll probably do a video while I'm at the truck. I go to work Friday, but I'm just giving you stuff. I just came from home, so I'm just giving you stuff off the top of my head to help you. Once again, hey, if you haven't applied yet, and any of this information you feel like is helping you to get the job, hey, use me as a referral again. Ekron Lewis, ECRON LEWIS. My employee number is 66594. Pre-trip. You got 30 minutes to do a pre-trip. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I did it in 26 minutes every time. Pretty much 26, 25 every time. You can't miss your majors. They're gonna tell you that every day. I'm gonna tell you your majors right now. Seatbelt. Your seatbelt, when you get in the truck, you pull your seatbelt all the way out. Just pull it all the way out. You check it. You look at it. You say it's not frayed. I think that's the right word. Not frayed or cut. You know what I mean? You got to say these words. It's not faded or faded, whatever. It's not. And there's no cuts. It locks and it unlocks. That's one major. Your second major is when you hook, because you're not going to be hooked yet. Your second major is when you hook, you do a tug test to make sure it's hooked. That's your second major. Your third major is there's no space between the fifth wheel and the apron of the trailer. That's your third. Your fourth is the lug nuts. All the lug nuts from the tractor to the trailer. There's 100 lug nuts. You got to count them. You got to turn left, because that's how you know they loose. 2, you go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You got to count. You got to check every lug nut from the tractor, from the steer tires, the drives, the tandems on the drive side, and the tires on the other side. That's 4. That's the lug nuts, all 100. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6. You got to do that all the way around. That's your fourth major. Your fifth major is the tandem, the pins. You got to make sure those pins out. You got to tell them pins, you see the 2 pins out on the right side, you go underneath to the other side, and the 2 pins is out on the left side. Those are your 5 majors. You cannot, no. I missed one. Seatbelt, tug test, lug nuts, tandem pins, the jaws around the kingpin. Ooh, I almost messed y'all up. I'm sorry. It ain't the fifth wheel and the apron, no space. That's a big part. You can't miss that. But you can't miss the jaws around the kingpin when you hook. When you hook, you got to get underneath there and let them know the jaws is connected. So it's the seatbelt, the jaws around the kingpin. When you hook to the trailer, the fifth wheel is locked on the kingpin. Seatbelt, kingpin, the lug nuts, the pins are out, and no space between the fifth wheel and the apron of the trailer. I'm sorry. Those are the 5 majors. So I'm gonna say it again if I confused y'all. The seatbelt, you gotta say it's good, not good. They got words that you have to say. I don't have the paper in front of me, but it's not frayed or cut, and it locks and unlocks. You gotta go do the whole thing. That's 1. Space between the apron and the fifth wheel. There's no space when you hook. There's no space between the fifth wheel. The jaws are locked around the kingpin, lug nuts, and the tandem pins are out on both sides, on the right side and left side. The 2 pins, they're out and showing. Those are the 5 majors. You cannot miss those, or you're gonna fail that pre-trip. All right, just getting that out the way. You can't miss your majors. Now, you can miss other little things on the pre-trip. You just can't miss your majors. Or you're done. You're going to fail. You got 30 minutes. You don't have to be a mechanic and say all the part. You don't have to say the alternator, the water pump. You don't got to say none of that stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna give you a little rundown because I'm not in front of the truck, so so I can't really show you. I'll probably do a video later. So you're in front of the truck, right? I'm going to end this video on this thing. You're in front of the truck. When you tell the instructor, before you even start, you're gonna open up the little side doors on both sides. The driver's side, you know, the underneath the bed, the little storage door, because it has the fire extinguisher. Open that up. On the passenger side, you open up the other one because it'll have the triangles. The triangles will be on the other side. All right, your clock ain't gonna stop when you do that. They're gonna have a little hammer out there for you to do. Make sure you have some gloves. When you get in the front of the truck, the instructor's gonna, when you tell him you're ready, or once you hear you start talking, your clock is gonna start. So you're gonna talk about the 5 clearance lights up top. They're working. They're good. Come down. No visual damage on the top of the tractor. The windshield, no cracks. It's good. Come down. The hood mirrors are good and secure. The hood is secure. The grill is good. You're gonna talk about the license plate. No oil underneath no leaks underneath the truck. The truck ain't leaning from one side to another. And then boom. Make sure before you even start, make sure the latches are open. So all you gotta do is open up the hood. When you open up the hood, talk about everything from top to bottom. Some people what they do is combine everything to make it shorter, but you just start from the bottom. You got all the hoses. Touch them. You touch them and you verbalize everything. Touch them. You touch all the hoses. All the hoses are good. No abrasion, bulges or cuts. Oh, can't even say that. Bulges and cuts. No abrasion, bulges or cuts. You can even say no ABC and they know what you're talking about. You can abbreviate it. No ABCs. No abrasion, bulges or cuts on all the hoses. You touch the fan and the belt is nice and tight. Fan is good and secure. You touch the clamp, the tube, the hose with the clamps. Hose is good and the clamps are tight. You start walking your way down. You got the windshield wipers. And make sure it should be full. There's windshield wiper fluid in the reservoir. It's good. Then you talk about the frame. The frame is good, no cracks. Keep it moving. The spring hangers is connected to the. I'm gonna do a video on this so we can point it out. But I'm just giving you little things that you gotta say. You want to talk about the alternator? You don't gotta talk about that. Just keep moving. The spring hangers is connected to the frame. It's secure. The springs, no cracks, no missing leaves. Shock absorber is connected to the frame and it's not leak. The U-bolts. I'm talking about the U-bolts. Is connected to the steering axle. Is good. All steering axle components are present. Then you talk about the hose, the brake line. The brake line is good. No abrasion, bulges, or cuts. No ABCs. Brake chamber is good and secure. Brake caliper is good and secure. The rotors is good. Pads is good with enough meat on it. The inner rim is not cracked. The inside tire wall, no abrasion, bulges, or cuts. No ABC. You keep it going. Talk about the tread depth. Just touch it. The tread is evenly worn. Not worn out. Hit the hammer. Boom against the tire. Tire is properly inflated. Do the outside wall of the tire. Outside wall of the tire, no ABCs, no abrasion, bulges, cuts. You can say no ABCs, no abrasion, bulges, or cuts. Keep it going. All right. Outside rim is good, no cracks. And you touch the lug nuts on the steer tires. Boom, 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 boom. 10. You got 10. Turn left on each one. You gotta turn left. Don't turn right, because that's tightening. Turn left. If they're loose, they'll move. Turn left. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You gotta count them all around the wheel. They're all tight. You got to say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And you got to touch each one while you're doing it. Then you touch the hub seal, no leaks. Boom. Then you go on the other side. You do the same thing. You got coolant in the coolant. You talk about the hoses, no ABCs, no abrasion, bulges, cuts. Take out the oil stick. You got to pull it out. Show them it's oil and stick. Fuel filter. This is on the right. This is on the driver's side now. Fuel filter is secure. You got power steering fluid. Steering column is in good working order. Steering gearbox is attached to the frame. Frame is good. Pitman arm is secure to the frame. Drag link is secure. The castle nut is tight with the cotton pin is present. Yo, I'm telling you, I got you guys. You talk about the frame. You talk about the spring hanger is connected to the frame. It is good. Leaf spring is not cracked. No missing leaves. Shock absorber is connected to the frame. It's not leaking. U-bolt connected to the steering axle. Steering axle, all components for the steering axle is present. Brake airline, the brake line. Brake line is good. No ABCs. No abrasion, bulges, cuts. Brake chamber is good. Brake caliper is good. Rotors are good. Pads are good with enough meat on them. Check the tread of the tire is good. Hit the tire, boom. Tire is properly flared. No, before you even go there, I messed up. You got to do the inside wall. Inside wall of the tire is no ABCs. Inside rim, no cracks. Forgot about that. Before you even talk about the rotors and pads. Then you talk about the tire tread is good. Hit the tire. Tire is properly flared. You do the lug nuts again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Turn left on each one. No leak at the hub seal. And now you close it up. Lock the latches, man. When you close the hood, you lock the latches. Do not forget not to lock the latches. You lock them back. Then you start talking about the side of the truck. You can talk about the mirrors while you're there. The mirrors on the side is good. Mirrors in place. The bracket is good. You keep on. There's going to be an inspection sticker. Talk about the inspection sticker. Inspection sticker is present. If the sticker is present. You know what I do? I open the door and then show them the permit book. That all the stuff should be like 5 things in there. Hazmat, all registration, all that stuff, insurance, all that got to be in the permit. I knocked that out right there. Close the door. Do the fire extinguisher. It's full and everything, and it's secured. Close the thing. If the sticker's right there. Talk about the steps. Steps is good and secured. Even open up the little latch so the battery's secure. Close that. Fuel cap. Def cap is present and fuel cap is present. The fender is good. I'm telling you, you talk about all that. You're going to talk about all the way to the end. You know what I mean? And then the fairing on the back of the tractor is good and present. The marker lights are working. When you get it behind the tractor, they got the little DOT marker L's in the back. On the top, the DOT marker L's is present. And look underneath, the fuel tank is secure. Then you talk about the cab walk, it's secure. The little fender right there that's in front of the drives is secure. And now you're gonna start fooling with the frame again. You got to talk about the fifth wheel. That the bolt is out. You know that bolt in front of the fifth wheel is out. The fifth wheel is tilted down and it's secure to the frame. The frame is good. You guys talk about all that. Shock absorber. Do all of the same things again. And now, with the drive tires, you also got the airbags too. So you got to talk about the airbags. It's secure. No ABCs. And the brake line connects to the brake chamber. You got to do all that all again. And then when you get behind, when you do all the tires and the lug nuts and everything, when you get behind the tractor, you said the drawers is open, ready to hook. You talk about the mud flaps, the DOT tape is present on the mud flaps. Mud flaps is present. The reflectors, turn signals are working. And you do the same thing on the other side. On the other side, the drive tires. Talk about the spring. Leaf springs are secure to the frame. It's not leaking. All the brake line, brake chamber, airbags. You could talk about it on the passenger side. Now, when you finish all that, and you even get back to the side of the cab, Talk about the fender again, and the fender is good. The marker light is working, and you open up the compartment door. I got my 3 triangles. Close it. Once you finish that, then you go to the trailer and look underneath. There's the kingpin is no lock and ready for coupling, and I'm ready to hook. They're gonna stop the time. Click. Once you talk about everything about the tractor, they're gonna stop the time. This time you're gonna get in the truck. This is when you talk about the seatbelt. When you get in the truck, your time will not go when you get back in the truck, because that's a little nugget I'm giving you. Talk about the seatbelt when you're about to hook, when you're about to couple, because no time is coming off. You could do the seatbelt, tell them how the seatbelt is no cuts and it's not frayed, it locks, it unlocks, it's good to go. Then you hook. Oh, this is a major. This was a major I think I was forgetting. The tug. That's the major I was mixing up with the something. There's only 5 major. I think I was giving you 6. I was messing up. When you hook to that trailer, before you hook, you're going to have to back up. You got to back up when you're about to hook. Stop before your tires get underneath the trailer and before your fifth wheel hit that trailer. You got to get out, look, make sure that it's clear that your fifth wheel is tilted and it's gonna pick up the trailer and hook. You got to get out, and before you back up, you got to hit the horn. So before you back up in any trip, anything you do, you got to hit the horn. But before you hit the trailer, you got to stop, get out, look, and see if it's clear. Get back in, hook. When you tug, that's a major. So you knocked out 2 majors: seatbelt, tug. Don't forget the tug. You're supposed to do that in any trucking job. You're supposed to tug. No matter what job you do, it doesn't have to be Walmart, pre-trip. You're always supposed to tug to make sure it's hooked. Seatbelt, tug, 2 majors. All right, you knocked them out. When you get out of the truck, and you start talking about the trailer and the connecting the line, your clock is going to start. All right. I'm not going to go into deep detail about the pre-trip because I'd rather be outside in the truck and do it. Make sure you get underneath the truck and check that the jaws is wrapped around the kingpin. That's major. Make sure there's no space between the apron of the trailer and the fifth wheel. Make sure you tell them about the bolt. The bolt is going to, in front of the fifth wheel, is going to go in and lock in the position. Make sure you tell them about that. The latch that pulls out, you got to tell them is in the locked position. And then everything else, you talk about the DOT tape on the side of the trailers all the way down the trailer. You tell them there's no damage on the trailer. The marker light up top is working. Raise the landing gear up. Do not spin the landing gear. You know how we do it. Do not do that. You're going to have to crank it up all the way to the top till it can't go no more. You can't do it halfway. Do it all the way to the top. Boom. Lock it in place. Then you start walking down the said trailer. You talk about the lights. The turn signal light is working. If it has a little side fairing, that's secure. You look underneath there, make sure the airlines is up and it's secure. Your other major is the tandem pins. You gotta tell them that the tandem, the pin that you pull out for the tandems to unleash the lamp is in a down and locked position. The 2 pins, you see the pins are out. I would just go to the other side, underneath the trailer, if you don't have bad knees, and go to the other side and look. The 2 pins is out on the passenger side, in the tandems. And the little 2 pins, you gotta make sure they're out on the driver's side. You gotta make sure they're out on the passenger side. That's the other major. And then all the lug nuts is the rest of your majors too when you finish. And then everything else, you're gonna have to get underneath there, talk about the brake chamber, the disc brakes on the trailer is present. Most likely your trailer may not have rotors. It might have disc brakes, and you gotta talk about the license plate light, the ICC bumper, the DOT tape. You're gonna talk about that. The L's, the DOT marker L's on the trailer. The identification lights is working. Make sure the the ABS light is off and the marker light is working. All those little things you gotta say on all those things. So I'm done. hopefully, if this anything that you didn't like about this video, let me know in the comments. And anything I might need to explain more, let me know. I'm just trying to give you a little insight. Just giving you a little insight about onboarding. Once again, if this was helpful for you, or give you a little confidence, like I got this. I'm passing onboarding. Hey, use me as a referral. Once again, my name is Ekron Lewis, ECRONLEWIS. I'm at a Walmart DC 6854 in LaGrange, Georgia. Walmart is a good company. They pay well. They pay 59 cents a mile. Now you might think that's not a lot, but they pay. You don't have to drive a whole lot of miles, man, to make money here, because you get paid for everything else. You get paid for hooks. You get paid for arrival. You get paid for live unload, live load. You get paid layover. When you taking a 10-hour break in the truck, you get paid $42. They pay you for everything. If you're at a vendor for more than 45 minutes, you get paid $15. Breakdown, you get paid $15 an hour. You get paid hourly for that after 45 minutes at a vendor. If you're waiting too long, you get paid $15 an hour. Breakdown, you get paid immediately for breakdown. You get breakdown, it's $15 an hour. You get paid for everything. Walmart is good. Walmart is really good. It's gonna be a lot of training though. Now, I would say if you're gonna quit your job to do onboarding, make sure you have some money put aside. I would tell you that. Make sure you have some money put aside. Because even though when you complete onboarding, then you got to go to orientation. You know, Walmart is bi-weekly. So if you, depending on when time the pay period is around, you might not get paid until the second week, you know, until orientation. And you're gonna get paid, I think, $25 an hour for onboarding. I think they give you like a little. They pay for your meals, but they don't pay for your gas. They pay for your miles to drive to onboarding, but they don't pay for your gas. I learned that the hard way. But they do pay for your miles if you have to drive to onboarding. And they pay for your food up to $25 a day, but they don't pay for your gas. So you'll get all that back with, you know, the hours you have done at onboarding. Once you finish onboarding, then you got orientation next week. That's when you're actually a Walmart driver, when you pass onboarding. So if you need to give 2 weeks notice, don't give your 2 weeks notice until after you finish boarding, then you could do that. I quit. I just felt confident. I quit my job. I gave them 2 weeks notice, and I was confident that I was going to pass. And I did. And like I said, I did it twice. I did onboarding twice because I left Walmart in 2022 for family issues. I needed to be home. And so I had Walmart twice. I went to onboarding twice. So passed it each time. So, but make sure you have your money right, you know, because there's a lot of training once you finish onboarding. You don't just start driving like most jobs. They don't just throw you out there. Walmart ain't going to do that. Because once you finish orientation, that's $25 an hour. You're going to get paid for that. The next week, what they do in Lawrence, I'm sure they're doing it everywhere else, but I don't know that. I know in Lawrence, in LaGrange, you're going to do a backing course. They're going to have it set up with cones and set up like how it is in the stores with maybe the generator or whatever that thing is and blocking, or they might have it set up where containers is blocking the dock and you got to try to back in. They're going to have it set up just like if you had a store, and you got to do that for a week. So that's just training pay. That's just $240 a day, 10 hours, So you're just getting training pay. So make sure your money is right, because you're going to be training for at least 3 more weeks after that. So you got onboarding, $25 an hour. orientation, you're on training pay. You're going to have the backing course for a week. That's training pay. Then you're going, hopefully you're cleared. They done cleared all your jobs, and then you're ready to drive. That after the backing week, then you're with a driver mentor. He's going to show you all the computer, the in-transit, how to work the computer, and how to, how to make sure you get your money right. You don't screw yourself out of money. You're going to be with them for 2 weeks. Now, hopefully you're doing the driving. If you're clear, whatever y'all do, you getting paid. He's just going to sit there in the passenger seat and make sure you're doing everything right. But if you're not clear, now I'm letting you know, I'm giving you the nuggets. They don't check your jobs until you pass onboarding. Now, they might check your jobs to make sure you have your enough, over 3 years of experience, but they don't really start going in until you're at orientation. So I'm just giving you the nuggets. I'm telling you, this is a little nugget. Make sure you get your DAC report or your motor vehicle record, whatever you got to get to make sure none of these companies put anything on your DAC or put anything on you that can mess you up. Maybe I shouldn't tell you this, but a girl just passed Lawrence, came to orientation, and a company put something on her information, and she had to go home. She lost whatever they put on there. Must have been enough for woman said, sorry, we can't keep you as employment. And she cried. And she should sue that company. I'm not going to say the company, but she should sue that company for defamation of character. So make sure y'all don't burn your companies. Give them the 2 weeks notice. Do right. If you know a company might put something on you, you might need to get an attorney to make sure they get it off you. They got DAC. I don't know if they still use DAC report, but I remember a company put something on my DAC years ago that would have kept me from getting a job. I went to the attorney. They fought it, wiped it off. And I was even able to come back to that company again because there's no record of it. So just make sure because they're going to check your jobs once you come to orientation. And then if you know your job is going to put something negative on you, you may want to get that cleared up before you come to Walmart. Because they will send you home and you're going to start the whole process all over again. You don't want that because onboarding is stressful enough. So you don't have to go through it again if you don't have to. So make sure your money is right. These are just little nuggets I'm giving you. Make sure you have a little money in the bank because you're going to be on training pay for at least, you got orientation, you got the region. I think Regional 6 is all doing the backing course. I don't know if other terminals are doing this. In LaGrange, Chris, he lives out of Tennessee. He does a real good job. And trust me, you're like, man, I don't need this training. It's good, man. It takes the backing course, really helps you. Takes all them bad habits, some unnecessary turning, and he cuts all that out. Where you don't have to do all that. You just feather the wheel, let the trailer do all the work. I've been through it, and it really cut some of the. You know how we do it. We turn that wheel, just blind side back in and stuff like that. Can't even see what we're doing. He cuts all that out. He cuts that out. So the backing course is pretty good. It's going to help you because you're gonna see, especially if you come around the holiday, they dropping containers all near the dock, and you like, come on, man. They got pallets all over the place, dunnage. They put in the generator or whatever they call that electric thing right in front of the dock, and you gotta come in on the end. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. So the backing course really helps. It really helps. Walmart is a great job, man. Like I said, I'll say the team is really where you make the most money because I think they're paying team $481 a day. So just do the math, 41 multiplied by 10 days. Yeah, that's a nice little check. You know what I'm saying? Team is nice. I signed up for the team. The bid came off the board. I'll find out Monday if I got it or not. Right now, I'm Friday out. That's all that LaGrange had at this time. Was Thursday out, Friday out. So you 5 days out, 2 days home. I kind of don't like that schedule, but hey, that's why I should have stayed my behind last year, and I could have probably got a better thing because I would have had some seniorities. When I left Walmart on November 7th, and came back in October. They hired 2,000 people already. My employee number started with a 4 last year. Now it starts with a 6. So they hired 2,000 people over the world, the country wide. So I ain't leaving again. I ain't leaving. My goal is to do. I've seen a lot of these drivers. They've been here 20 some years. They're not leaving. And I'm 45. I'm tired. I'm tired of jumping. So my goal is to stay here and make the money. Unless God tells me that I got to go. But actually, God is the one that told me to take the job. I'm just going to keep it 100. I had the post office. I'm going to end with this. I don't want to keep going, make it all long. When I went to onboarding in February 2022, I had an orientation accepted to come to the post office here in Atlanta. And I was like, man, post office got pension. I'll be home every day. And I prayed on that thing. I was like, God, man, which one should I do? I'm already here at Walmart. I always wanted a job with pension. And I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if y'all believe in God, but I believe in God. I heard that. If I ain't never heard God before, I heard him this time. The creator, the one that keeps this heart beating. It was loud as day. That's why it's crazy that I quit. But I can't tell you why I quit, but he got me back here. It was like, I was like, Lord, which one should I do? And all I kept hearing, Walmart. It was just, this is how it was going on in my head. Walmart. Now I knew it wasn't me. I knew it wasn't me saying that, because I actually was thinking post office. And then he was like, Walmart. I was like, okay, God, Walmart. Now they was giving an $8,000 sign bonus at the time. I ain't gonna lie, I made 92. I made 92,000 in 10 months. Now some of that was that $8,000 bonus, but I was doing teams from May all the way to November. Man, the team is money. Team is money. I'm telling you, you get on teams, you straight. But you can make money solo too. I was doing $400 a day solo. A little bit, 421. I think 421 was my highest. And I hustled. I tried to run out my clock. When I got back to DC, wherever I was at, if I had 3 hours on my clock, I was like, hey, y'all got anything? They said, yeah, you going to roll or you going to stay? I said, no, I'm going to roll. And if it took 4 hours to get there, I ran the 3, stayed at a Sam's Club or Walmart. That's what's so awesome about Walmart. You could park at any Sam's, at any Walmart that don't have noise, the little noise audience things, law. Like, if some of them have that noise thing, you can't sleep there. But most of the time, most Walmarts are Sam's Club you could park. I barely slept at a truck stop ever. So, but anyway, I hope everything that I just gave y'all is helpful. Put stuff in the comments. Let me know where I screwed up, or whether I was too long or whatever. Sorry I wasn't in the truck, but it was just, when I heard that 12 people was coming to our terminal and only 2 made it, I said, man, I gotta do a video. This is crazy. People are failing onboarding. Take your time. There's no rush. Even in the pre-trip, they're going to give you a booklet. Read it. Read it when you're at the hotel. Read it. I gave you insight. You don't have to be a mechanic. You don't got to talk about the water pump, or alternator, all that crap. You don't have to do all that. It tells you exactly what to do. Backing. Get out and look. Do your three-point contacts in and out of the truck. Get out and look. Don't take chances. Don't come in an angle. You're going to hit the trailer. Pull up as much time so you can see both sides and then back up. The driving, follow your speed limit. Take your time. Let the traffic clear. Don't be in a hurry. There's no time. Take your time. Guys, later. Akron Lewis, 66594, employee number. LaGrange, DC, 6854. I think it's the best. Not just being biased. Love you guys. 1.